Growing up, I was one of those kids who had the strange privilege, or maybe curse, of calling many different places home. I've moved across countries, through continents, and everywhere I went, I built real friendships, unforgettable memories. But none of them ever stayed with me the way this one did. This happened in Kabul, Afghanistan, during the summer of 2016. We had just returned after 4 long years, and I wasn't even sure if my childhood friends, Tameem, Ali, and Anwar, would still be around, or even remember me. But by that first evening, I had found all 3, and it was like nothing had changed. We laughed like we used to, sat on the rooftop with chips and sodas, shared stories, talked about school, family, crushes, life, as if time hadn't moved at all. But time had moved, and some places don't like being visited again. Now, Anwar's house was farther out. It was already around 1 a.m. when we decided to walk him home. On our way back, Ali, always the overconfident one, suggested we take a shortcut through the Kabristan. If we go through the second gate, he said, we'll reach the main road faster. Kabristan, a graveyard. Even during the day, the word carries weight. But at 1 a.m., they laughed it off, told me not to worry. Just walk straight, Ali said. Don't look around. And no matter what you hear, don't react. I should have known then. That wasn't advice. It was a warning. Still, I didn't want to look like a coward. So I followed. We entered through the second gate. There were dim yellow lights scattered along the path, barely enough to see the ground. The air was still, too still, like the graveyard itself was holding its breath. Everything felt paused. The wind was soft. The silence hung low. We walked. One of the lights on the left side started flickering. Not just flickering, buzzing, like it was angry. Ali whispered without turning, "Don't look. Just keep walking." I listened. I kept my eyes locked on the path. We reached the other side, dropped Anwar off, and started walking back through the same route. That's when things got strange. As soon as we stepped into the Kabristan again, the atmosphere shifted. The breeze was now cold, almost sharp. The silence? Heavier, like it had a weight to it. We walked quickly, but with every step, something felt off. The air around us was dense, like walking through invisible fog. Suddenly, I felt something soft brush against my ankle. Not like grass, not like wind, like fingers. I stopped. "Did you feel that?" I asked, my voice barely audible. Ali and Tameem didn't answer. That's when we heard it, whispers. Low, soft, unintelligible at first, then clearer. Voices. Behind us. We turned. No one. Tameem's breathing grew rapid. "Let's move." We began walking faster, but it was like the road was stretching. Every few steps felt longer, as if we were running in place. The exit that was once a few meters away looked distant. That's when we started hearing footsteps behind us. Heavy. Following. We turned again. Nothing. Ali pulled out his phone and called his brother. "We're in the Kabristan. Something's wrong. I don't know what's happening. Call the police." And just like that, the call cut out. No signal. Tameem's phone? Dead. My hands were shaking. My body was ice cold. We started running. And that's when the real horror began. We heard screaming behind us. Not human. Not animal. Just wrong. As we turned a corner, Tameem tripped. He laughed at first, nervously, but he couldn't get up. "I think something's holding me." We reached out to help him, and he was heavy. Too heavy. Like something was pinning him to the ground. Then the light on the right side started buzzing louder this time, flickering violently. And then, Tameem screamed. Not just in pain, but terror. Because something invisible, something none of us could see, dragged him. Across the dirt. Backwards. We shouted his name. We ran after him. And then, suddenly, he broke free. Gasping, sobbing, scrambling to his feet. Run. We did. Every step felt like it would be our last. The deeper we ran, the colder it got. The whispers grew louder. I felt something behind me breathing. We finally reached the second gate, but it was closed. We pushed it, slammed it open, stumbled out onto the road. Silence. We turned back. There was nothing, but it didn't feel like nothing. It was confusing, terrifying, something I can't put into words. At that moment, all we were thinking about was what's going to happen next. Then we saw a man. He said he was in charge of the graveyard. We didn't see him. It was as if he appeared from the air. He unlocked the gate and rudely told us to leave. We left. That night, none of us spoke. No one laughed. No one said anything. We just sat in our rooms. I couldn't sleep. When the sun rose, I thought maybe I had dreamed it. Maybe it wasn't real. Until I saw Tameem. He lifted his shirt, and what I saw will haunt me forever. Bruises. Long scratch marks. Deep gouges across his back. Like claws had tried to rip him away from us. That's when we knew. It was real. There was something evil in that Kabristan. We never walked near it again. And 2 days later, we left Kabul. I said goodbye quietly, and this time, I didn't look back.